Hey, if you can read, you already know who it is. Today, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make a NEWJAZZ type beat. So without further ado, let's just hop into the project. For this beat, it's actually inspired by another beat I saw on YouTube. We have 2 layers of chords and 2 counter melodies, as well as a vocal sample from We Don't Talk Anymore by Charlie Puth. So all of these bass notes are just copied down an octave, you can see here. And then there's a really basic triad chord built on top of them. And here there's a little riff. For the effects, we have an EQ cutting out a lot of the lows, boosting the high, and then cutting out some of the mids. Then we have this crazy shaper box preset, it's Beat Spice 1. I don't know if I changed anything to it, I probably did. And then a D-Blue tape stop, but that's on like all of the melodies for a section right here. Here is our second layer for the chords. So next for the lead, we have the moving harmonics preset in Vital. So here's what this sounds like. This has the stereo separation turned down, so it's like more in the center. And I added a destructor. You can also get this by coming into the presets tab and using the lo-fi preset, and it'll basically just pull up this. And then you just play around with the knobs until you get a sound that you like. Finally, we have my favorite part of the entire beat, which is just this lead. It sounds so pretty. So beautiful. I added a default fruity flangus with the mix knob turned down to 30% and a delay. You can copy these settings if you like. I'm gonna leave it up for like 2 seconds. And the mix over here is turned down to 50%. So now for the vocal chop, I basically just copied from the original beat and it sounds like this.
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't love. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to. We don't talk anymore. We used to do. We don't talk anymore. We used to do.
So for the effects on here, we have an EQ cutting out the low, boosting the high, and then also boosting a little bit right here. Pancake, which is basically just a panning tool, so it just transfers between your left and your right ear. The mix internally is turned down to 63%, and then I turned it down to about 75 on this mix knob too. Next is another delay. You can copy the settings once again. All I really did was set it to an 8-beat delay, all the way stereo, a little bit of stereo separation. The wet's all the way up, and the level is basically halfway. But then I have the mix over here turned down to about 10%. Finally, this reverb, you can copy the settings. I don't remember what I did for it, but it sounds nice and I like it. So this is what all of our melody layers sound like all together. Next, we're going to move into the drums, starting off with our clap. It basically just has this, and then a standard clap for the second half, and it sounds like this. Next is the hi-hat, which once again is not anything crazy, just a little bit of volume change throughout it. Next thing I added was this counter clap instead of a snare, and it sounds like this. Now there's 2 different open hats, which sound like this. And then it's just copied over on the second half. Now here's all of the other percussion noises that are in the beat. Last but not least is the 808, which, as you can see, it's nothing crazy. It's basically the same pattern copied over with a little bit of variation in each bar. And then similarly to the original beat, I added in a second 808. It's kind of just like a bass hit that happens at the end of the second and the end of the sixth bar. Almost forgot to mention, there's a percussion loop as well. It's very subtle, but it adds a little bit of texture to the beat and it sounds really nice. There's also my tag.
Scully.
And this rising. So now, here is everything all together. So yeah, that's basically it for the whole video. I'll have the full song posted with the Charlie Puth vocals tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something if you're trying to produce NEWJAZZ. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.